All right, guys, we are ready for our next math unit, and for this not unit, next math lesson, and we are going to talk about an analog clock. And on an analog clock, because there's two types of clocks, we have an analog and a digital. Now, your digital clock is what you see on your phones or your parents' phones. Most of you know how to read a digital clock because it just has the numbers written across. But an analog clock looks something like this. And it's important that we know how to read an analog clock and understand what it is. So yesterday we talked about AM, PM, and the concept of what is a second, a minute, and an hour. And as a quick review, we said how many seconds are in a minute? 60 seconds. How many minutes are in an hour? 60 minutes are in an hour. So today we're going to focus on the hour hand. Now when I have an analog clock, I have at least two what we call hands. These arm looking things here, we call those hands. And sometimes you'll see a third one that is even longer and thinner, and it moves quickly around the clock and is constantly moving. That's your second hand, okay? Most clocks do not have a second hand, but there are some that do. But we're gonna focus on the two main hands. We have this red one, and if I put them side by side, you'll see the red one is the hour hand, and it is shorter. And the blue one, which is longer, is the minute hand. Okay, so remember, short is hour, long is minute, and it's always that way. So anytime you look at an analog clock and you see the hands on the clock, the long hand is the minute, the short hand is the hour. And if you pick up your packet yesterday, you will look at the clock in there and you're going to see your hands are two different lengths. The short one is the hour, the long one is the minute hand. Understand that. Now, what you need to do is, there are numbers, and when we count our hours, we actually look at the numbers, the large numbers written on our clocks. Always. And it goes from 1 to 12. And then we go again, because now we've reached noon, PM. We go around again, and we've reached midnight. 2 times around a clock within a day is 1 day. 2 rotations around is 1 day. Because we have, let's say, 9 o'clock AM, and then I have to make it go all the way around, and 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 around. Just take a while, and you can imagine. And now I have 9 o'clock PM. Okay, so another full rotation around gives me 9 o'clock AM, another 24-hour rotation. Okay, understand that. Now, when the hour hand is pointing to the 9, that tells me it is 9 o'clock, exactly 9. I want you to notice though, that when it's 9 o'clock, my minute hand's pointing to appear to the 12. And as I move my minute hand around the clock, notice what that hour hand is doing. It is slowly moving closer and closer to the 10. It does not reach that 10 until my minute hand has reached the 12. Now it's 10 o'clock. Up until that point, even right here, it's still 9 o'clock. It is 9:59. 1 minute before 10. 9:59. Once we go here, it is now 10 o'clock. So to help us understand that, I want you, if you have it, to take your clock. And if you don't have your clock that I gave you, if you haven't picked up your packet, I do want you to come back to this lesson later in this week once you have your packet and do this with me, okay? So you have a clock. I don't have my hands on my clock yet. It just hurt himself. But your clock looks something like that already cut out. I am going to take some crayons or color pencils or any other coloring tool you have. And from the center, I'm going to draw a triangle from the 12 to the 1. Oh, you can't see that color. Let's try a better color. That has no tip. Okay. From the 12, make this triangle. You see that? 12 to 1. And now I'm going to color it in. I'll show you here in a second. Annabelle, please don't do that. Right there. Now you're going to get a second color. And from this 1 to the 2, I'm going to color that in 2. And then I'm going to get another color. See if I can find one. And I'm going to color in from that 2 to the 3. Like this. And then I can get another color. Get an orange here. And I'm going to go from the 3 to the 4. Oh, that's neon orange. Okay. And I'm going to keep coloring each one around. I'm not going to do that while you're waiting for me here, because otherwise you'll be here forever. But the point of it is that when my hour hand is in, let's say my hour hand is attached and it's right there, I am still in the 1 o'clock color. So my hour is still 1 o'clock. It's going to be 1 o'clock all the way until it gets to the next color. Once I get to the next color, now it is in the 2 o'clock hour. So we go from the 12, it's 12 o'clock, all the way until that hour hand gets to the next color. Now it becomes 1 o'clock. So I want to see 12 o'clock actually has this section. All of this bluish purple here is the 12 o'clock. All of this reddish pinkish here is 1 o'clock. All of this turquoise is 2 o'clock. All of the orange is 3 o'clock. It's always the number at the top, above, before, I should say, before. All of this blue is the hour hand moving from the 4 to the 5. So this blue is 4 o'clock. I'm gonna grab another crayon. How can we not have purple yet? And we'll color in this one. And then we're gonna go, okay? So here, everything from here to here, the purple is the 5 o'clock hour. I can now do the 7 o'clock hour. Or the, I'm sorry, the 6 o'clock hour. Everything in the brown is 6 o'clock, and you can repeat your colors. So I might go back here. This is your 7 o'clock hour. Here is your 8 o'clock. Anytime your hour hand is anywhere in this area, it is 8 o'clock. Here is your 10 o'clock area. Use purple again. Here is your 11 o'clock area. And fine, or your 10 o'clock, I didn't get my times off. Your 10 o'clock area. And then here's your 11 o'clock area. So, for your homework today, you see how that is? So my 12 o'clock area is here in the bluish purplish. My 1 o'clock is that pink. My 2 o'clock is the blue. My 3 o'clock is this orange. Sorry, my sun is getting to us. 5 o'clock is the blue, or 4 o'clock is the blue, 5 o'clock is the purple, 6 o'clock is the brown, 7 o'clock is this turquoise, 8 o'clock is this maroonish color, violet, 9 o'clock is, again, this teal, 10 o'clock is the purple, and 11 o'clock is this red. So your hours have a broad strip. Don't think that your hour hand can only point to the number to be that hour. So at the end of today, by the time you finish, I want you to get that our hands, hours are an area. It's not just pointing exactly to that number. Okay, so this is your homework, is coloring in your clock. And you had a worksheet to do, and I don't think we're going to do it. You know how Mrs. King would talk to you about this. I might do it. Yeah, we'll do a quick, very simple worksheet where all you have to do is write down the hour that it's shown on the clock. And it's pretty simple because the clock's going to look something like this. It's pointing directly to the hour. So it's not going to be hard. Just want to make sure you're paying attention. They're not going to trick you or anything like that. So color it in. Remember what this looks like. And you don't have to use my colors. Use your own colors. But color in your clock, the one that I gave you. And if you don't have it, you didn't pick up your packet, either have mom and dad print you a clock, and I will share a document that has a clock, or you can go on Thursday to pick up the packet again. Or let me know and I can drop the packet off at your house, okay? All right, best of luck. Enjoy your coloring. Make it colorful. Send me a picture of your clocks. I would love to see them. All righty, bye.